thank you for watching this video. My name is Tommy from Teamv, and this is Teamv the Councillor for Arbury. Today we are here to talk about mental health in Arbury and Cambridge area and what the council is thinking about it. So Tim, that's all right if we address you as Tim. Thank you. Would you mind to tell us a bit more about your role as a councillor for Arbury? So what do you do?
Well, I've got two main roles. One is as a ward councillor for Arbury, and so I represent the interests of Arbury people to the council and to a wide variety of other bodies, third parties and so on. Because whenever anybody has a problem, they think it's the city council's problem, even if it's actually the county council or the health service or this or that or the fire brigade or something else. So a lot of people come to their city councillors, and we have to know how to find out who they should really be talking to, and either point them in the right direction, yes, or if we think they need help, intercede and talk to people for them. And also it's a question of fixing things in the ward, so broken street lights, potholes, rubbish collection not working, that sort of thing we get involved in a lot of. My other role is on the executive of the City Council, and I'm responsible for planning and what we do in the way of transport, and also for the climate change agenda. So those are the things of which I have specialist knowledge.
I see. So you're a busy man, and thank you for actually taking the time to talk to us today. So what as you can know, that we are a bit concerned about what's going on about mental health in this country at the moment. It's about what there was a survey in 2011 about 66 point something percent of people, 2011 there was an NHS survey saying that at least 70% people believe that mental health is like any other illness, like a cough or a flu. But only, regrettably, only about 60% out of them, actually 60% of them feel ascites yesterday in a 2012 survey by the Office of National Statistics. Do you feel that mental health is a problem in Arbury? Do you feel it's a serious problem?
It's a significant problem everywhere, and it's always serious to the people involved, particularly when they try to get help, if they're in a state where they realise they need help and are capable of looking for it, and find how little there is available.
Yes, you're quite right about that. And so we actually is running a campaign about that, and what we're trying to do here is trying to get people to share what they do to take care of their mind. So I think, Tim, you have got something for us here, a little mind apple, which of course, if you just show it to our viewers, so it's just a mind apple is just a little thing where we've shared 5 things that you do to relax or take care of your mind. Would you mind to share maybe a couple of them with us?
Well, one of them is cooking meals for my family.
Oh, yes.
We do proper family meals when we're all out at once. And I learned to cook when I was a student. I had to. I lived in a shared house.
We all have to do that one time.
And then I was suddenly told, right, it's your week to do the cooking now. So that week I learned how to cook 7 different things. And wow. I've done more since then.
You might want to open a restaurant.
Well, I think the financial risk there is a bit off-putting.
Agreed, yes.
You know, having lived in Cambridge for a long time, we've seen so many restaurants start and then go bust not very soon afterwards.
Not very encouraging, is it?
It isn't, no.
No, not really.
I don't take that sort of risk.
Of course not. And one can never take public interest at risk either. What we want to know also is that are council doing things to encourage people to take care of their minds?
This isn't really my area of expertise,
of course not.
But there are quite a lot of things going on in the Community Development Department,
yeah,
and they do a lot of work by themselves, and also a lot more work with other groups. You know, yes, making a small contribution. Perhaps the council supplies a part-time worker, or manages some volunteers, or provides a room for something to happen. So there are many community groups that are facilitated in some way by the City Council, yes, and a number of those have mental health as some part of their remit.
Yes.
For example, there was a project a few years ago about helping young teenage boys with low self-esteem to think better of themselves. Although of course the project couldn't be called that, because you couldn't go around the school and say, hey, you and you, we think you would benefit from this course for boys with low self-esteem. So
of course not.
I don't know what it was called, so I can't give the game away.
Of course not.
But that's one example of one project.
And I think that's actually hitting at the heart of the problem, the young people, where a lot of these mental health problems usually start young, and then it wasn't addressed, and then they take it with them in their adult. And as an adult, and of course, problem is shows. And do you feel what role can young people play in being a part of the solution to address mental health care?
Is scope for them to join in various third sector voluntary organisations that already exist, I would expect.
Yes.
Although I'd expect that many of those don't actually have a focus on young people helpers. I thought there'd be some that did. Or you can set up your own organisation, but that is, which can be just a group of friends supporting each other, but that is clearly a lot of work. I mean, I do know that this happens within friendship groups. People know that one of their number has mental health problems and that they look after them, so it can be as simple as that.
Yes, it's something that starts small, start informal, and it should be start on an individual basis rather than just this organisation just jumps in.
Well, I mean, top down, what does the NHS provide?
I don't know.
And my experience is a very long time ago, but it was a turn-the-handle routine mechanical machine with no sense that you're dealing with an individual person. And friendship groups and small local voluntary organisations are going to do much better, I would think, with getting over the atmosphere that they understand the individual person.
Once again, I think that's what we Teamv are doing, is just getting young people involved and doing things for young people and the wider community. One final question, and we'll be all done. It's just that I wonder, do you think that mental health ties to looking at the big picture now?
Mm-hmm.
Do you think that other current issues going on in the council actually has an impact or being impacted by issues like mental health?
Everything that the council does will have an impact, yes. So for example, in my area, which is planning, we are contributing to the design of the various new suburbs that are being built around the edges of the city. And it's not just bricks and mortar, we're trying to design things that are a nice place to live, that are going to be a coherent community, so that people will like living there, high quality of life, and that obviously contributes to good mental health.
Absolutely.
And we're insisting on the developers putting in the community centres and so on, so that the sorts of groups we've been talking about have got somewhere to meet and do things. Because what we don't want is people sitting in their houses or flats in a dormitory suburb with nothing to do, nowhere to go, nowhere to talk to, except watch television, because that is not going to contribute to a sort of balanced outlook for mental health.
Exactly, you're quite right. And actually, thank you very much for sharing that. So, in summary, what we actually see here is a city council that sees mental health is an important issue, something that not only need to address now, but in future plannings as well when they design a new community. And thank you for your time, Tim, and thank you for watching.